Can't keep up with the holidays.
I still think Festivus is a made-up holiday from Seinfeld, but
It is.
It is pretty wild that Hanukkah. I'm not used to Hanukkah being this late.
Right. Yeah, my wife is Jewish, but they did Christmas and stuff and Hanukkah. But I got her a box of Katz's Deli from New York for an early gift.
Good. Yes,
it's really good. That stuff isn't cheap, but it's good.
Not at all.
But it's good.
Not at all. Last time I was there, it was like $25 for like a sandwich for pastrami.
Oh my god!
Pastrami with kraut on it.
You're a ripoff.
Oh
but
my god!
It's so.
Oh my
good.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah,
crap.
I grew up with my mom, Jewish, and my dad's Catholic. Or well, actually, today's 20 years of him being gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we'll go to the cemetery later. But he was Catholic. My mom was Jewish, so I grew up with like a Christmas tree in one room and a menorah in the other.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's kind of what my wife did. They did gifts and stuff like Christmas, but they didn't like celebrate it from a religious standpoint.
Yeah. It was like, for me, it was more like I basically celebrated Christmas with my dad and Hanukkah with my mom, and they were never like, overly forceful. It was like, hey, this is what I do, and then this is what your dad does, or this is what your mom does, and like.
So technically, you're Jewish.
Yes, because my mom is Jewish.
Right.
So I basically, what I do now is I put up, we have the menorah all ready for Wednesday, but then I put up like, my dad loved poinsettias or poinsettias, however you say it.
Right.
So we put out one of those, and then we put up like a little mini Christmas tree with a couple of his favorite ornaments just for him.
That's very nice. That's very nice. How much time we got?
15 seconds. Here we go.
All right.
That's 800-620-16.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
It's Jim Valley. It's Wrestling Observer Live Saturday. And I thought real quick, last week, Saturday night's main event, a lot of fun, a lot of nostalgia. Could not have been happier for Anna Motion, whose song Obsession was all over the show. Lyrics and everything. I texted Bill Wadhams. I hope he watched it or recorded it. So good for them. And I appreciate, by the way, all the positive response from last week's show about Toni Storm. I watched ROH Final Battle from the Hammerstein Ballroom. I thought it was a fine show. A lot of people in the chat did not think it was particularly good, and I'll read some of those comments coming up here. But in the main event, kind of a surprise, Athena defeated Billy Starks again. Okay, that's fine, but we've got to be done with this now. This has drug on for too long. Billy cannot get back together. No more Minion. She's got to go do her own thing. I don't know. When it became clear that Jericho and Cardona were going on second to last, and Athena and Billy were going on last, I thought the results were very apparent, but obviously not. Athena pinned Billy, long match. He was good. Thought the first one, a Final Battle, a little better, but this was completely an enjoyable matchup. Chris Jericho's entrance, hilarious. Frank Sinatra's New York, New York played. Obviously, Tony Khan wanted to get his money's worth because they played the whole song. They even had showgirls doing high kicks. They didn't look like the Rockettes. They looked like Las Vegas showgirls. Was that part of the whole King of New York thing? I think. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, in the comments, Mel says they want Athena in Tokyo Dome. Well, I thought maybe she'd lose to Billy and then maybe go on to win Tokyo Dome. But that obviously did not happen. Now, Cardona and Jericho, a lot of people thought it was the worst match. Crowd chanted, "Please retire." And it was, I don't know. I don't know what more you could expect. It was almost exactly what I expected. It was fine. Jericho won thanks to outside interference from Big Bill, Brian Keith. After the match, Bill and Brian beating up Cardona. Bandito's music hit. Not much reaction for Bandito. He comes out, gives Jericho a drop kick off the top rope. I had to rewind this to see what happened. And from what I saw, it looked like Bandito didn't tuck his head and kind of hit his head on the canvas. And he stayed down for a few seconds, then took a few moments to shake it off. It kind of hurt his momentum and any excitement. And he then dispensed of Jericho, Bill, and Keith. But because of seemingly hitting his head, it wasn't as dynamic as it could have been. But it's Ring of Honor. It'll be fine. I hope he's okay. It certainly looks like Bandito, as long as he doesn't have a concussion or anything, is Jericho's next challenger. Someone in the chat says they were at the pay-per-view. Fans died out by the Jericho Cardona match. Well, someone says they got tickets through Carrie Silkin, and apparently Carrie was not invited. So that's too bad. So I don't know what's going on there. I can't tell you. I wish I knew, but I can't say. I don't know. So we shall maybe find out later. Match of the night. Commander won the 6-way survival of the fittest to become the new Ring of Honor TV champion. Now, I had a feeling, but you can never be sure. It's Commander, after all. I've had feelings with Commander before. Okay, that sounded a little weird. I had feelings he'd win sometimes in the past, and he doesn't. It was Brian Cage, Blake Christian, AR Fox, also Willie Mack, who was wearing gear either for Christmas or TGI Fridays. Actually, my wife came into the room and said he looked like TGI Fridays. And then I couldn't unsee it. It was candy cane striped. Anyway, also Mark Davis. And I got to say, since Mark Davis has been back, I've been amazed by his ability to always be in the right position. Up, down, halfway up. He's always there. His timing is great for his size and his body type. He cost Brian Cage the title, which will play into the feud with the Don Callis family. I also thought Blake Christian, who was second to last in the match, did a great job of getting the crowd ready for Commander's win. I thought everybody was great here. And I don't know how many shows I've heard it said, "Oh, why Commander?" It's like saying Rampage. Oh, shit. You know what I forgot to do? I need to get the soundbite of the Iron Sheik going, "Heck!" for these things. Next week, I'll do that. Anyway, everybody, "Oh, why Commander?" in the Continental Classic. And what did I say? It's a great spotlight for him. And it has been. And I think it's apparent Tony Khan rewards loyalty. And they did here with Commander. Somebody says in the chat, "Not a fan, Brian Cage losing the title. He's the biggest guy in the roster. He should be world champion." I think Brian Cage is great. He moves really well for a guy of his size and his build. And he is very unselfish. Again, for a guy of his size and his build. I'm a big fan of Brian Cage. Someone also asking today if I think Commander will be the spoiler and beat Claudio on the Christmas Dynamite on Wednesday. It's entirely possible. Oh yeah, we'll get to somebody else has an opinion of match of the night. We'll get there in time. Anyway, Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, I thought in a surprise, beat the Righteous, double bull rope match, an exciting match, fun brawl. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I expected the Righteous to win, but Rhodes and Guevara won. They stayed in the ring for a while. I expected maybe a new challenger, somebody to jump them, but that did not happen. You know, and I like Sammy Guevara. I've never had a problem with him, but it never occurred to me until he wore the jeans and cut-off t-shirt in a few matches with Dustin, how much tougher and badass he looks in the bunkhouse gear. If I'm Sammy, I would switch to that gear. I think, I never thought, oh, he looks like a wimp, or he looks too, metro or whatever, too fancy, too pretty in his old gear. Never occurred to me. But when I saw him in bunkhouse gear, it was like, that's the missing piece. Needs to look a little tougher. It was probably the pop of the night. Somebody in chat thinks this was the match of the night. Nigel McGuinness returned to action, challenging Lee Moriarty for the pure title. Championship McGuinness held for 355 days. Moriarty made Nigel tap with the crossface using the ropes for leverage. I don't think you can expect Nigel to win or return full-time to active competition, but to have him back at All In London, then at Final Battle, some of the feel-good stories of the year. I thought, geez, to come back to these things, to come back in such great shape, what a pro. TV champion Red Velvet beat Layla Hirsch after hitting her with a wrench. Red Velvet, I guess, is full on heel now. Hey, we'll wrap up Final Battle. Come back with some more stuff. Stand by. Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live. Got my Randy Savage holiday shirt in honor of Jay Lethal and QT Marshall. Also, Randy Savage here as well. My Slim Jim counter display. Was that Coheed and Cambria? Is that what that was?
Than $1
I don't even know.
And you don't need a
I
prescription.
know who they are, but
And ask about their
I don't know all
buy
their
three,
music.
get 3 free offer. What are you waiting for? Boost your sex life and have a great time now. Less than $1 a pill, discreet delivery in a few days, and a buy 3 get 3 free offer. Dial this number and save it now.
800-229-8627. 800-229-8627. 800-229-8627. That's 800-229-8627. Paid for by the Pharmacy Shop. Do you hear that? That's the sound of uncertainty lurking under your hood. You know the feeling. I know I do. That sudden sensation when you see a check engine light or your car unexpectedly breaks down and you're faced with sky-high repair bills. It's time to shield against unexpected repairs with CarShield. CarShield is America's most trusted auto protection company and has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. Don't let the fear of a breakdown keep you up at night. Trust the Shield, CarShield, and say goodbye to terrifying repair bills and hello to peace of mind. Your plan also comes with 24/7 roadside assistance, courtesy towing, rental car options, and so much more. Don't wait till it's too late. Call CarShield now before a breakdown. Protect your wallet. Protect your car with CarShield. Get our best protection ever. Call now. You'll thank me later. 800-425-2317. 800-425-2317. That's 800-425-2317.
Attention, fellow conservative investors. What does the name Reagan mean to you? It stands for being the ultimate conservative. It also stands for the Reagan Gold Group. Do you see storm clouds approaching? The stock market hates uncertainty, and there are plenty of reasons to be concerned. High inflation, unstable debt, and economic uncertainty are just a few. You have car insurance, homeowners insurance, and life insurance. But do you have insurance for your retirement savings and your 401k? We urge all fellow conservative investors to learn about the one asset that could help ensure your nest egg doesn't crack under economic pressure. GOLD, gold. Call the one name any conservative investor needs to know about. Reagan Gold Group.
800-360-1917. 800-360-1917. 800-360-1917.
Come here.
800-360-1917.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
It's Jim Valley. It's Wrestling Observer Live, and coming up in a few minutes on the show.
You're a scammer, Mr. Grift.
Yes, indeed. It's the annual reading of the night before Chris. This year it's the night before Griftmas. Stand by. Oh, by the way, if you're on YouTube right now, look who's here. It's Sherman. A rare, my cat Sherman, Mr. Handsome. Look at him. Look how handsome he is. Such a good boy. Look at that sweet boy. Oh, you know, I don't have much time. I really shouldn't be doing this. All right, buddy, there you go. He doesn't like to be on camera. All right, buddy, there you go. Anyway, that's my sweet boy Sherman. Merry Christmas to everyone watching on YouTube. Anyway, Final Battle. In honor again of the Jay Lethal QT Marshall match. I'm wearing my Randy Savage cream of the crop holiday. I guess it's a sweatshirt. It's made out of polyester. It feels like crap, but it looks pretty good. And also got my Randy Savage Slim Jim counter display. Someone gave that to me this year. I've always wanted one, but these things are expensive. So I never wanted to pay for one, at least not the prices they offer. So anyway, oh well. All right, let's get back to the show. Jay Lethal returned last night. This time, for the first time ever in a Tony Khan promotion, he returned as Black Machismo, and I believe they have a Black Machismo action figure coming out. But the cherry on top was Karen Jarrett, dressed up like sensational Queen Sherry. Chef's kiss. Karen Jarrett has always been a natural performer. Well, Lethal beat QT Marshall, who was wearing Randy Savage inspired tights from his NWO days. Only they said Marshall madness on them. He was like 1989 Savage versus 1998 Savage. And fair enough, the 89 Savage won. And Jeff Jarrett made a surprise appearance, rescuing his wife from Aaron Solo, who was ringside to help QT Marshall. Jarrett gave Solo the guitar shot, now appearing in Ring of Honor. Jarrett has now appeared in every wrestling promotion that has ever existed. He's like Nicolas Cage in movies. Also last night, Danhausen returned. He climbed out from under the ring and kept Mason at bay as his partner Mansoor lost a very good opener to Atlantis Jr. No disrespect to Atlantis Jr. I thought Mansoor was a star here. Give Mansoor his flowers. I mean, he was carried to great matches in Saudi Arabia very early in his career to become a solid wrestler with great comedic timing and instincts. And not to mention, he's always had poise and been a good talker. I mean, to not just develop, but having to develop most of his career under a spotlight, that's pretty impressive. you get cut from WWE. I bet a lot of people wouldn't expect Mansoor and Mason to work again, but they did. And then Shibata beat Tom Billington. Excellent match. Got to be a thrill for Tom Billington to be in the ring with Shibata. And even Ian Riccaboni made mention that probably Shibata's father called some of Tom Billington's matches as a referee. Pre-show, Hanoko beat Harley Cameron. Undisputed Kingdom beat the Infantry. And Grizzled Young Vets beat Dark Order after John Silva came back from his injury. And then Gates of Agony beat Lee Johnson and EJ Nuka. And Caprice Coleman on commentary, color commentary, is always good. But I thought he was exceptional on this final battle. Thought it was an entertaining show. Let's see here, some comments on Final Battle. Let's see here. Alex from the UK says, for me, Final Battle card was a blend of top tier matches and bottom ranked matches. Nothing for me that was mid tier, either really good or really poor. Someone else asked, was that Neil Pruitt's voice doing the QT Marshall theme? It might have been. I should find out about that. Someone else said, I thought Nigel's promo was awesome. The audience had a lot of fun. I mean, the audience went insane for him. Someone else said, I like the Sons of Texas and Dustin Two Belts. The man, what a legend. Someone said that Survival of the Fittest match was structured like the perfect Irish river dance. Everybody's placement was perfect throughout. Brian Cage outnumbered was the best way to protect him while losing. Yeah, I agree. And also, with Mark Davis costing him the match, I think it made a lot of sense. Devon Williams in the chat says, all I want for Christmas is Mariah May. Hey, we're talking about wrestling right now. Devon needs a cold shower for Christmas. SmackDown, a lot of it had to do with the week before. It was fine, very much a standalone show. But I applaud WWE for giving people time off for the holidays. Rampage was good. Not as good as the past few weeks, but Takeshita and Brian Cage beat Powerhouse Hobbs and Mark Davis. Very good, hard-hitting match. Takeshita pinned Davis, Blue Thunder Bomb. And again, Mark Davis, in this match in particular, in position for everything. Up, down, sideways. He was there to take everything. He's got great timing. Leo Rush, Action Andretti beat Goldie and Miles Hawkins. There was interaction with Top Flight and Private Party, teasing world title matches coming up. Willow pinned Harley Cameron with the gut wrench powerbomb. Penelope Ford, who backstage said she and Harley need to work together to improve their win-loss records, came out and attacked Willow after the match. Chris Statlander came out and the heels ran away. There's still tension between Chris and Willow, but backstage, Chris interrupted Willow's interview, said she wished her well at Dynasty. Main event, Continental Classic Gold League. Brody King beat Commander. A very, very good match. And then Collision tonight. And Collision is live. Check your listings. Maybe at a different time tonight. But looks like it's going to be another good Collision. Got some Continental Classic matches and everything. Also some interviews. Face to face. MJF and Adam Cole. Also an interview with Mercedes Moné. A lot of people finally praising Mercedes. Where have you people been? She's been very good for a very long time. Penelope Ford will take on Chris Statlander, kind of a tie-in to Rampage last night. Will Harley Cameron come out and help Penelope Ford? We shall see. Continental Classic matches. Mark Briscoe and Beast Mortos. Neither man can really afford to lose. That, given time, should be excellent. Daniel Garcia, Shelton Benjamin, given time, should be excellent. Will Ospreay and Ricochet. Do I hear an echo? Given time, should be excellent. And Darby versus Claudio, again, should be excellent. Somebody also said, I enjoy these every Saturday, but I thought for sure Samoa Joe was going to come out at the end of Final Battle. Yeah, he seems to be due back. We shall see. Someone says they also popped for the return of Danhausen last night. You know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think Collision, I think AEW in general, regardless of what the carnies say, has been a great show. I think, I invariably enjoy AEW and the matches, and in particular, the pay-per-views, and there are people who say, oh, all the matches are the same. I'm like, what? And invariably, those are the people not watching AEW. Those are the people listening to the Grifter podcasts. The Grifter podcast. We'll talk about them coming up.
You're a ripoff, Mr. Grift.
We'll get to those in a few minutes. We talk about Twas the night before Griftmas. But I find the matches to be different, depending on the wrestler, depending on the style. You can see a hard-hitting match, like that tag match with Takeshita on Rampage, or a high-flying match with Leo Rush and Action Andretti on Rampage. I find WWE to have a very patterned match, but that pattern is obviously very successful. Speaking of WWE, The Rock getting roasted like chestnuts on an open fire, maybe deservedly so. We'll talk about that more coming up. Stand by. Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live.
You're clear.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently, and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? Quick Cash Offer can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents and risking your safety by showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your home to foreclosure. If you have any equity in your home, we will buy it and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call Quick Cash Offer now before the economy gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just don't want to get the cash you need today.
800-788-1495. 800-788-1495. 800-788-1495. That's 800-788-1495.
I am an American veteran. I'm proud to have served. All Americans can participate in, and it's as simple as donating an old car that you have sitting around. When you call the Veteran Car Donation Program, they'll explain how their program works, and then arrange a time they can come and pick up your vehicle for free. Running or not, it doesn't matter. They take cars, trucks, motorcycles, or vans. Show your support by donating your car and get a tax deduction in the process. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program right now. They'll come and pick your car up for free, and you get a tax deduction in the process. Call the number we're about to give you right now. Thank you, and God bless America.
800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. 800-887-1097.
Hey, buddy.
That's
How are you?
800-887-1097.
What are you doing? What are you
Keep
doing?
listening for a free virus protection offer. Protect
Hey,
your
Sherman.
computer from crashing and online
Sherman.
scams. According
How are
to
you?
national research, 1/3 of all computers are infected with some sort of
Sherman.
computer malware, and 1/3 of you have been a victim of online fraud. Protect yourself
What are you
now
doing?
with My Computer Works.
What are you doing?
We're an
Wanna see
18-year-old
everybody?
U.S.-based company
Hey,
with
Sherman.
a 4.8 Google rating. We've helped your neighbors protect their computers for almost 20 years. And now you too can be protected for less than $1 a day.
What a good
Get your
boy.
total PC home support right now. Call our U.S.-based specialist right now and learn about our free offer. And remember, if we can't help you, our services cost you nothing. So
All right.
call right now.
800-352-7618. 800-352-7618. 800-352-7618.
What are you doing?
That's
What do you think you're doing?
800-352-7618.
All right. All right.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
It's Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live, coming up. Get the cocoa ready. Put on your comfiest pajamas. Gather around the fireplace. In a few minutes, we shall read 'Twas the Night Before Griftmas. You know, I've said it before, and I will say it again. Hey, let's not walk on the computer there, buddy. My cat Sherman is wandering around, and if you have a cat, you know sometimes they walk on computers and somehow their paws hit a combination of buttons that never get fixed again, do they? I've had that happen. You're a good boy, though. Look, I'll show you, he's right here. He's sitting right there. There's Sherman. There's Sherman. There he is. Hey, buddy. So he's here doing the show. So look at that. You're getting double your money. Getting usually I fly solo, but today I have a partner. Anyway, I've said it before, and I've said it again. I think The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, the greatest of all time. He's got the numbers to back it up, the great matches to back it up. Some people say, oh, he didn't do it for long enough. Do you penalize a kid who was 13 but sped run through college and became a doctor? Oh no, you got to wait till you're 28. No, the fact that he speed ran it, I don't know. Anyway, the fact that he did it so quickly is not held against him in my book. I think that's a credit. But regardless of my feelings, I got to call it like I see it. He's getting roasted on social media, and rightfully so. Here's his latest post on X Twitter. Our little Christmas movie, Red One, shattered a viewing record for Amazon Prime Video with 50 million viewers this past weekend. Red One has had a long shelf life with multiple verticals. Kudos to our Amazon partners for their strategic win that's just getting started. What has happened to The Rock? He used to be so good and would say everything perfectly. Every time he opened his mouth, he would nail it. He knew when to play humble. He had great comedic timing. He was self-deprecating. And that, I'm sad to say, is gone. And look, I understand. When you've had nothing but success for 25 years and made billions of dollars at the box office for movie studios, I get it. You know, you've probably had a little success in your life, and at times it's gone to your head. I certainly have too. And I get it. To have that kind of success, of course, but still, do that at your house. Do that at parties. Don't do it publicly. And people are roasting Dwayne. Here's just a couple of responses to that post. Someone writes, Dwayne is a unique mix of all-time disingenuousness and delusion. Not promoting the movie or what it's about, just business in this tweet. Long shelf life. Most underdog movies don't cost $250 million. That's a recurring theme we find here. Someone else writes, oh, I'm glad to see this $250 million budget indie film do so well. Hopefully the Picture House, Amazon Entertainment, will go on to produce some big budget movies in the near future. Isn't cinema so exciting? Someone writes, this is a press release your agent sends to studios, not a tweet your fans can read. Someone wrote, bro, I've walked out of theaters due to lack of verticals. Someone else, oh, you're a fan of verticals? Cite 5 of them. You know, that's what comes to mind when I watch It's a Wonderful Life. It's a really good one. This person's obviously a wrestling fan. Can you smell what the algorithm is cooking? And the Oscar for Best Vertical goes to our little $250 million Christmas movie, for which I was paid a personal record sum of $50 million. Love that he's trying to paint the movie as an underdog. What vertical is showing up to the set on time? Christmas Vacation, verticals up the wazoo. But does this Christmas movie have the best move set? Love when The Rock says, our little movie, and the budget is half the market cap of the studio. And this one, I think, sums it up perfectly. Wrestler who shot to mainstream fame on his ability to connect with his audience now speaks like a corporate robot. And that's just it. He needs to get back to his roots, you know, and also, I mean, so much of his career has been patterned after Arnold, and that's fine. Copy the best. The smartest people do that. But, you know, be gracious like Arnold. And, you know, Arnold is, you know, The Rock is now become a veteran. He's 50-something now. You know, he's not the kid's movie star. And, you know, it's time to be, again, kind of switch into that role like Arnold, in my opinion. And look, I'm not thrilled with this. Like I said, I think Rock's the greatest. But it just makes me sad. Someone writes, every time a bell rings, The Rock tweets a shill post. Ain't that the truth? Anyway, kids.
You're a jackass, Mr. Grift.
It's time to gather around the fireplace. Warm up the cocoa. As your Uncle Jim is going to read you a Christmas tradition. 2024 has been a great year for wrestling. WWE, banger business. AW has been good for being the challenger brand. Their pay-per-views consistently excellent. And they signed that huge multi-million-dollar deal. TNA has seen an upsurge. New Japan has been hitting its stride with this young group of lions. Even All Japan has had a pretty good year with the Saito brothers, Yuma Anzai, and Harry Smith. And even with all the good news that surrounded wrestling this year, unfortunately, I see this year as the year of the grifter.
You can bite me, Mr. Grift.
Yes, indeed. On podcasts and social media, people are intentionally, often unfairly, criticizing strictly for attention and clicks. So in this spirit, I give you my holiday reading. 'Twas the night before Griftmas. 'Twas the year of the Griftmas. And all through the sport, Carnies were jockeying to make money of all sorts. People who haven't been relevant in nearly 3 decades. On their podcasts, they hawk mattresses, crotch pills, razor blades. Oh, they hate Dave Meltzer, AEW, and Tony Khan. Each week, they nitpick, complaining how everything is wrong. Tiny Khan, he can't book. To Levesque, he must kneel. All the while, ignoring or lying about AEW's multi-million-dollar deal. What do they want? These unethical slobs. For AEW to go under? For wrestlers, others in the industry, to lose their jobs? Even during the holiday season, it's still a short shrift. Don't call them a Grinch. It's more like the grift.
You can bite me, Mr. Grift.
WWE can do no wrong. Everything else sucks. All the while, rage baiting, hoping for attention and big bucks. Old heads who don't watch modern wrestling adore them. My advice for the rest of us for a blissful 2025, simply ignore them. Wrestling is our passion. It's supposed to be fun. I say Merry Christmas to all, and to all promotions, a good run.
You're a scammer, Mr. Grift.
And that's just kind of the way it is in 2024. People do it for rage bait and for clicks. And look, I'm not saying there aren't criticisms. I've had criticisms. But like, you watch a show and it's very good. And that night, people are like, oh, this was a great show. I loved this and this and this. And then the next day, the grift comes out. And suddenly, everything is bad and wrong with said show or pay-per-view.
You're a ripoff, Mr. Grift.
Every company is allowed to be criticized. I agree. However, it seems that the grift is just to criticize one company because they're afraid to criticize the others. How many of those grifters criticized Vince McMahon harshly? And that's the funny part. Whenever people go, oh, Jim, you're a shill. You just do AEW, you're an AEW shill. And they always are mad at me for things I say about WWE. And I go, what's my criticism of WWE? And they never respond because they know what it is. They know I'm complimentary of talent, but I've been critical of Vince, and I have very fair questions. Very fair questions about some members of management, about what they knew and when. But again, I've been very complimentary of talent. But these grifters, they don't bite the hand because they know they'll be out in the cold. They'll be John Pollocked. They won't be invited to pressers. They won't get complimentary tickets. They won't bite the hand that feeds them. I'll bite Annie's hand, and I have, and I will. And that is what the grift is all about.
You're a jackass, Mr. Grift. You can bite me, Mr. Grift.
And again, just enjoy wrestling. Ignore these people. They're doing it for clicks. They're doing it to get you riled up. Maybe they mean it, maybe they don't. But they've seen others follow that successful pattern. And that's what they do. Make up your own mind. Make up your own opinion. What you like, what you don't. It's Jim Valley. It's Wrestling Observer Live. All right.
For IRS agents to go after you.
There we go. All right. All right. There it is. Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, come here. Hi, buddy. How are you? Hi. Love you so much. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. All right.
The thing that's really cool with Dish is you can watch most of your favorite shows on your mobile device anywhere for a lot less than cable. Yes, that's right. We are asking you to watch more TV and not less TV, but make it better television with Dish this time, anytime, anywhere. So call right now and learn how easy it is to save on your television bill and get the most out of your TV viewing experience. Dial that number and I promise you we're here waiting for your call because we want to save you money and give you better television. We are Dish TV.
800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. That's 800-293-0328.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
It's Jim Valley. It is Wrestling Observer Live. I want to thank Sherman, my cat, for joining us today. What a special Christmas treat. Or Hanukkah. I'm not sure. My wife's Jewish. So maybe with a name like Sherman, maybe he's Jewish. I don't know. What are you, Sherman? Maybe he's just non-denominational. Who knows? Either way, I think that's the first time, or maybe second time he's been on the show. He doesn't come on camera very often. Final Battle was very good, by the way, asking in the chat. Anyway, want to let you know, by the end of the year, beginning, somewhere on the 1st, I'll be leaving Twitter. I just don't want to be a part of it. Find me on Blue Sky at jimvalley.bsky.social. Find me there. That's where I'm going to be. And after the 1st of the year, someone takes over my name. It is not me. Someone else, maybe. Someone else named Jim Valley. Or maybe it's somebody, posting inappropriate things. I guess that's been an issue on X lately, that people deactivate their handles and then bots take them over and post inappropriate things. So just know that that's not me after January 1st. I hope you have a very happy holiday, no matter what you celebrate. Don't forget, Collision is live at a special time tonight, check your guide, your local listings. Should be a very good show. Hammerstein was electric for the most part last night. I expect it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Did I say that? This is going to be my final year. I don't think I meant calendar year. I think I meant year. Like, I'm 55 now. I think that's what I meant. That's, I believe, what I meant. Anyway, so yeah, no, not last show just yet. Believe me, I will let you know when that happens. Answering questions in the chat. Anyway, have a great weekend. Happy holidays. Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live. Here we go, kids. There's the very exciting show. There it is. All right. But yes, I'm not sure exactly. We'll figure it out. Anyway. All right, man. Thanks for the show. Appreciate it. Talk to you later. All right. Hang on, kids. Stay right there. All right. Hey, there we go. Yes. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I got my wife Katz's Deli for Hanukkah. So it was good. She loved it. So that was fun. Anyway. Don't forget, hey Mel, are you guys doing Power Bombshells tomorrow? Oh, well, congratulations. Good for you. You look great. Nigel's still good. Okay, what time is Power Bombshells? 11? 10? I forget. Give me the plug. I need to be reminded of everything these days. All right. Oh, there we go. 1 p.m. Eastern. There it is. Power Bombshells. That's on Garrett's network, right? Come on, give me the full plug. Come on. Trying to help a sister out here. All right. Hey, there we go. Fight Game Media. That's it. That's what it's called. I forget. Yeah. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, Fight Game Media. Check out Sam and Mel. Love them. They're great. Hey, there's something I haven't had time to do that I wanted to do. Hang on one second. Where am I? There I am. Hang on 1 second here. All right. I wanted to do a little overtime, a little holiday gift. Couple of different things here. Friend of mine, I think I mentioned this. Friend of mine sends me random wrestling gifts from time to time. I get the impression he goes to Ollie's or used to go to Big Lots and sends me various little wrestling things. And he sent me this little Dom Mysterio. Get a better look at him. There's Dom. Pretty funny. Anyway, happy holidays, Mark. Happy holidays to you. I did see the Dark Side of the Ring episodes, but I forget. Hang on, what were they? I don't really worry about it until what season are we on? Is this season 5? No, we're on season 6. Okay, season 6. Alrighty, here we got Billy Jack Haynes. Yeah, that's a given. Ludwig Borga. That one's sad. Tony Atlas, Dennis Corluzzo, Mick Foley. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, Billy Jack. The guy's a mess. Guy's a, I don't know. Anyway, my friend has bought me, what has he bought me? He's bought me this. He bought me that, can you see him? He bought me this Sting. That's in the corner. Oh, I think he can't see because of Randy. He bought me that Sting thing. So I think he, like I said, I think he goes to like Ollie's or something. Anyway, he sent me this, which made me think about Dom Mysterio's, a little while ago, rated by ESPN, #1 wrestler in its 30 under 30 list. As I mentioned, all the people say, I never say anything nice about WWE. Listen up. ESPN had a great idea, rating the best 30 wrestlers under 30. I mean, they do that in Hollywood, business, maybe even movers and shakers in your town. And ESPN rated Dom Mysterio #1. Here's the list. Dom, here's a few people on the list, not everybody, just some key ones. MJF is 2, Tony Storm 3, Rhea 4, Mariah May 5, Takeshita 6, 7 Jack Perry, 8 Kyle Fletcher, 9 Daniel Garcia, 10 Shota Umino, 11 Braun Breaker, Kiyomiya 12, El Hijo de Vikingo 13. Others in the top 40, Roxanne Perez, Yuma Aoyagi, Gabe Kidd, Utami Hayashita, Julia Hart, Jamie Hayter. Rattling at the list at number 30, Yuma Anzai. I might have put him higher, but okay. First thing, let's should tell you, the future is very bright in wrestling. And on social media, for some reason, everyone was upset. Mainly because it's social media that Dominic Mysterio was #1. By the way, RIP to Rey Mysterio Sr., the great uncle of Dom, Rey's uncle, Tijuana legend, excellent trainer. I saw him live once in south of Portland. That was like around 2000, 1999. Look, I have no problem with Dom being #1. Look, out of every wrestler under 30, he's definitely the most over, has the most heat right now. And when you look back on how tentative, quiet, uncharismatic he was just a few years ago, even kind of awkward as a little boy when he was a championship. It's a testament to his learning curve and WWE storytelling. Gets a lot of heat, but honestly, a lot of it is the booking, being associated with Rhea Ripley, but that's okay. Not a criticism. That's wrestling. No matter how great the performer, if they don't have help from the roster, the booking, the marketing, they don't necessarily move the needle. But he's also smart enough to know he doesn't need to do much. Anyway, getting back, people were upset. Their beef seems to be he's not a spectacular worker, not always the smoothest when doing maneuvers. And look, maybe he's not that graceful. Or maybe, and this could be it, I don't know, maybe it's by design to get heat. Considering his father, one of the most groundbreaking and influential in-ring wrestlers of all time, makes a lot of sense not to mimic his dad and invite those type of comparisons. A lot of heat in that. But listening and watching Dom grow over the past year and a half, couple of years, it's obvious Dom is the mind and the soul of a veteran old school wrestler. I mean, the way he ribbed Logan Paul on his own podcast about Paul being banned in Japan, then played clueless that he was doing it, should have made that evident. Dom has obviously spent a lot of time around old carny wrestlers and picked up a lot of things. And look, that's his background. He should use it. And a lot of kids of wrestlers are not seemingly, and haven't been in the past, as astute as Dominic Mysterio. And look, Dominic may never be Kyle Fletcher or Will Ospreay or even Rey Mysterio in the ring. But he doesn't have to be right now. That's the veteran way. No need to kill yourself. Do more than you need to. Don't do it. And who knows? Maybe someday, if he turns babyface, he'll adopt some of his father's more crowd-pleasing moves. We'll see. But people hate Dom because the character is entitled and not worthy. And that perception rolls over to the real person. The character uses people, does only what he needs to do to get by in the ring. He's almost like a heel Orange Cassidy if Orange Cassidy was a Lothario. Dom Mysterio is talented and very smart, but he also caught lightning in a bottle. Now, I'm not the one, and I'm not good at rankings to make top 10 or top 30 lists. I just talk about things generally. I can't say who needs to be where, but generally speaking, I would say Dom is definitely worthy of being number one. What's funny is the other of the stronger candidates. The other one, Rhea Ripley, a woman who is so over, injuries aside, has only wrestled a few times this year. And look, more power to her. You know, I've watched wrestling a very long time. I've seen every angle and storyline several times, it seems. I like the art of in-ring wrestling. That's why I watch. But I understand that storylines and characters drive wrestling, particularly in WWE. Dom's character and story is definitely driving wrestling. Is he working the hardest? No. Is he a technician in the ring? No. But again, doesn't have to be. Now, again, it's possible. I mean, at some point, all acts do. Dom's act will run its course. And maybe he'll have to step up with sharper promos or more memorable in-ring performances. That will truly be the test of Dom's wrestling intelligence, his longevity. Until then, though, I have no problem with Dom being the kid who doesn't have to study, yet he's still the valedictorian. Is Dom Mysterio the best wrestler in-ring or the most well-rounded wrestler under 30? No. Will he be the biggest star of his generation? It's possible. It's also possible someone will surpass him. Hard to say right now, too early to tell. But no matter if he does or doesn't, Dom Mysterio right now is definitely number one. At least that's what I think. By the way, it's very funny. A friend of mine, I don't know where, he works in Pigeon Forge. He works at Dolly's Stampede, also the Hatfield McCoy's Dinner Show. Both great shows, by the way, if you're in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Anyway, he got a picture with Cody Rhodes. I don't want to show it because I haven't asked permission. But I will say this. He took a picture with Cody Rhodes, obviously the past few days. Cody, what a pro. He's wearing a neck brace with the suit and the title. Working the gimmick. By the way, why do titles hurt now and injure people in WWE? But for 30 years, the 310-pound Undertaker did a tombstone pile driver. I don't know that he ever put anybody out of wrestling. Strange. Anyway, by the way, someone in the chat mentioned that Ricky Henderson, legendary baseball player, has passed away at age 66. That's too bad. Anyway, I'm not the biggest baseball fan. A couple of times a year, I'll go see the Mariners play, usually in the summertime. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy going out at the baseball park and not Safeco Field. It's now T-Mobile Park. Old habits. Anyway, it's right on the water, and you can see the sun go down over Elliott Bay. It's a beautiful park, one of those mid-90s parks that looks retro, sort of like Coors Field in Colorado and a few others. It's got great food, a lot of different food options, a lot of local favorites. You can even also get crickets for some reason. Anyway, it's a lovely time if you get a chance to go. And you got to have entertainment there because odds are good the Mariners are going to lose. Anyway, have a very happy holiday season. I wish all the best for you. Oh, yes. Mel mentions great venue, the garlic fries. That's the thing to get at T-Mobile Park, the garlic fries. They're covered in garlic. Super good. A lot of fun. Anyway, have a great holiday. If you got to go get your shopping done, go get that. I wish you all a happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, whatever you do. And look, remember, go out and spend time with your loved ones. That's what's truly important. I'm particularly grateful. I got my new kidney. Looking forward to getting out in the world more in 2025. And we'll be back here next week for the last show of the year and the last ever, for now, never say never in wrestling, AEW Rampage. All right. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Hope Santa gives you everything you want, or Hanukkah Harry, or whomever, mom and dad. Anyway, I'll talk to you next weekend. I wish you all the best. Take care. Love you all. Thank you for making such a fun show each and every week. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care. Love you. Happy holidays. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, indeed. Indeed. See ya.